Running down to the water now. They jumped this twice. It's number 3 in the first circuit, obviously. Number 11 on the second. And straight accord with the advantage over Easter Carnival. Lettoch on the far side. Red Cleric between horses. Then Why Forget. Border Jewel, King or Country, Acarine, and Kudos. So over the far side. Straight accord from Red Cleric and Easter Carnival. Then Lettoch on the inside, Border Jewel, Why Forget, King or Country, Kudos and Acarine. Quite closely grouped. Straight accord from Red Cleric and Easter Carnival, Lettoch on the inside, then Border Jewel and King or Country and Why Forget, Acarine and Kudos. All 9 galloping easily over this incomparable turf here at Liverpool. Coming up to the 5th fence. And safely over it, straight accord. Red Cleric on the outside. Lettoch on the inner, Border Jewel right up with them towards the outer is Easter Carnival. Very closely packed as they jumped that ditch, and Easter Carnival went there. Easter Carnival, a faller at that ditch. The rider is sitting up, horse continuing riderless. Brendan Powell sitting but hasn't yet risen to his feet. Straight accord is the leader from Red Cleric and Why Forget and Lettoch, and then comes Kudos has made ground. The riderless horse on his outside. Behind him comes Border Jewel, then King or Country and Acarine. As they come to another plain fence. And now a further ditch. Straight accord from Lettoch on the far side, Red Cleric with his white face showing just a little nearer to us, then Why Forget in behind him. Quite closely grouped up front. Straight accord from Red Cleric and Lettoch and Why Forget and Kudos and Border Jewel and Acarine and King or Country. As they run to the fence that'll be the last on the next circuit. Straight accord in the lead from Red Cleric and Lettoch and Kudos and Border Jewel and Why Forget and King or Country and Acarine. And now running down to the water, number 11. Straight accord from Lettoch on the inside, Kudos and Red Cleric together, Border Jewel, then Why Forget and Acarine and King or Country. They're being pursued by the riderless Easter Carnival. And Brendan Powell did rise to his feet all right. So, out into the country for a final circuit in this Holiday Inn International Chase. And straight accord. The leader with Lettoch going very well on his outside. Border Jewel for Ireland is third. Red Cleric 4-5. Why Forget 6 and 7. Kudos and King or Country, and then Acarine. Straight accord. Lettoch, Border Jewel, Red Cleric and Kudos and Why Forget. King or Country and Acarine. Another plain one. Straight accord from Lettoch and Border Jewel. Why Forget, Red Cleric, then Kudos, King or Country and Acarine. The ditch on the far side now. Lettoch straight accord, little between the two. Border Jewel jumped that. Another mistake there by King or Country. The old man finding this pace and the distance too much for him now. And it's straight accord and Lettoch, these two from Border Jewel, then Kudos, then Why Forget and Red Cleric and Acarine. And they've got just 4 fences left to jump now in this Holiday Inn International. That's Lettoch towards the left of the picture, straight accord towards the right. Border Jewel who's chasing him, straight accord landed from Lettoch, then Border Jewel. Racing down now towards the final ditch. Straight accord from Lettoch. Stuart Shilston from Graham Bradley as they come to the final ditch. Straight accord lands in the lead from Lettoch. Border Jewel jumps it third. They're racing now towards the second last, and as they do so, it's straight accord with Lettoch under pressure. Border Jewel is third, then Kudos and Red Cleric, and Lettoch landed in the lead there from straight accord on the far side, and it's Lettoch on the near side, straight accord on the far side. Lettoch under pressure on the near side, straight accord, fighting back over on the far side. The final fence now. Lettoch on the near side, straight accord on the far side. They landed in unison, straight accord on the far side from Lettoch, straight accord from Lettoch as they race into the closing stages. It's straight accord, holding Lettoch at the moment as they race up towards the line. 25 yards to run, and straight accord being challenged again by Lettoch. There's nothing between the two, and as they come to the line, it's just going to be straight accord and Lettoch in the photo finish. Straight accord on the far side, Lettoch on the near side. Red Cleric just got up, possibly to be third ahead of Aintree. Could be a photo between them two, and then the old man King or Country finishing very strongly indeed. And behind them came Border Jewel. Behind Border Jewel was Kudos, and finally Why Forget, and the letter P in the frame signifying
It was actually two of the younger generation of jockeys. Stuart Chilston on Foot Warren, his governor's horse, straight accord, and Graham Bradley riding for his governor on Lettoch.
And here, I mean, Stuart Chilston isn't one of the better-known jockeys, but he's certainly riding very well.
I mean, they're sort of the next generation of jockeys coming along, and I mean, both jockeys are giving nothing away at all here. I mean, Graham Bradley's probably the slightly more stylish jockey, but Stuart is a very strong rider and doesn't give anything away at all.
Now, he was very quick to get straight accord back into his stride after the last of that fence.
I mean, he hasn't jumped the fence really as well as Lettoch, but he's got away from the fence better. And that bit of ground he's made there looks as though he's sort of had his advantage all the way up the straight.
And he's never stopped improving all season, has he? This is his fifth win from 5 outings.
Yeah, and the horse, I mean, he's a lovely big horse, and he's a last year's novice, and he's kept improving all the time. Lettoch was the novice chaser this year. I mean, he's sure to go on to better things. It looks as though straight accord's held on to win. But I mean, it was a very good race. Two horses, they kept the horses dead straight from 2 out. Neither jockey's given anything away.